What is going on, Pokemon community? It is Achilles08 here, and today I'll be giving you everything you need to know about the new Regis, Regieleki and Regidrago. Today we will be reviewing all the Sword and Shield expansion pass trailers with emphasis on the fascinating Galarian Golems. So what do we know about these giants? Their first appearance came during the first Pokemon Direct of the year, back in January 2020, which revealed both the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra expansions. In it, we got a look at some gameplay in progress, storyboards, and concept art. However, the only glimpse we got of the Regis came in some standard concept art with a large focus on the polarizing temple of sorts, where we can conclude each Regi resides. The Crown Tundra DLC, set to release in late 2020, is where we will be greeted by many new guests, including our gigantic friends. Just as we started in our previous video, where we covered everything you need to know about the legendary Galarian birds, we'll be reviewing these legendary Pokemon in order by Pokedex number, or at least the numerical position I assume they'll be in. Pokedex, if you're ready, let's go. Regieleki, the Electron Pokemon, a pure electric type. Regieleki absorbs electrons to live. Electrical energy makes up most of its body. Its electrical type moves are said to pack the greatest power of any used by electric Pokemon. Sounds like this Regi puts the power in Powerhouse. All that power can be like lightning in a bottle, but if left to its own devices, it could be dangerous. Don't just take my word for it. Let's read on. Researchers have determined that Regieleki's body is fitted with what appears to be a special insulating equipment that does not conduct electricity. Some theorize that in ancient times, people tormented by Regieleki fitted the equipment on the Pokemon to restrain its powers. Quite dark and a bit shocking, wouldn't you say? Despite this Regi being new to us, Regis are all quite ancient in the Pokemon world. In fact, even the golems of Judaism that inspired the design of the Regis are ancient as well. Regieleki will have a unique new ability called Transistor, and it pains me to say, at the time of this recording, we have had access to this information for months, but at the moment, still don't know what Transistor does. From a speculator standpoint, I would imagine Transistor would be offensively focused on powering up Regieleki's electric-type moves. This would further bolster the Pokedex claims that this Pokemon's electric attacks are the strongest of any electric Pokemon. What we do know is that Regieleki will have a signature move, Thunder Cage. In this electric-type special move, the Pokemon fires furious bolts of electricity from its lower half, trapping opponents directly below it in a cage of lightning. Thunder Cage doesn't only deal damage to opponents when it lands, it will also cause them to be trapped within an electrified cage, causing damage every turn for 4 to 5 turns, and preventing them from fleeing or swapping out. So essentially, this is an electric variant of moves like Fire Spin and Whirlpool, though there are a few things we still don't know at this point about the move. Will ghosts be able to escape as they do today? Will moves like Rapid Spin allow for escape? My guess is leaning toward yes for competitive balance purposes, but I hope this move will be more for Regieleki than an electric reskin of a move that has existed since Pokemon Red and Blue. Next up is the latest Charizard clone, although admittedly still cool looking, Regidrago. Pokedex, one more time if you don't mind. Regidrago, the Dragon Orb Pokemon. Regidrago's body is composed of crystallized dragon energy. The energy is densest in its central core. Thanks to its body composition, Regidrago can use dragon-type moves with greater power than other Pokemon. Folklore tells that the legendary Pokemon Regigigas tried to create a Pokemon from crystallized dragon energy, but ran out of crystals and was only able to complete the head. People of old feared that if Regidrago were to be completed, it would rain destruction on their land, so they sealed it away within a temple. In battle, Regidrago will have a unique ability called Dragon Maw, although, like Regieleki, unfortunately we still don't know what it does at the time of this recording, but my guess is that it will play off Regieleki's pretty closely. Getting back to what we do know, Regidrago's signature move will be Dragon Energy. For this move, Regidrago assumes the shape similar to a dragon's head, then fires intense dragon energy from its mouth. The more HP the user has remaining, the higher the move's power. Sounds like this move could be quite the equalizer in battle. Depending on how big the buff is at high HP versus the nerf it gets at low HP, this move may be all about timing. And that's the extent of what we know for sure, but here are some speculations ahead of the Crown Tundra's launch. Right off the bat, seeing as there are 2 new Regis, the immediate assumption is that these could be version exclusives. However, the polarizing half red, half yellow temple makes me believe that they won't be exclusive to what version you have. However, some exclusivity applies, and that I do believe you're only going to be able to pick one side of the temple to enter, and thus, only one of the new Regis to capture per playthrough. So, if you want both to complete the Pokédex, like I do, you'll have to trade, per the usual Pokemon tropes. On another note, something I theorized about shortly after the reveal of these Regis was the idea that the new Regis could assemble, kinda like how Clink Clang and Clink Clang evolution is structured, although this transformation would be temporary more so than a full-on evolution. I thought it was interesting that the design of Regidrago was clearly a large head, and the design for Regieleki was modeled like a large torso with long arms. Now that there is canon lore about Regigigas attempting to assemble Regidrago in a similar fashion, not to mention Regigigas will be added to the roster of playable Pokemon when the Crown Tundra launches, well, it makes me wonder whether my theory will end up more fact than fiction, but only time will tell. And that's all we know about the latest Regigolems, Regieleki, and Regidrago. If you only get to pick one of the new Regis, which do you plan on choosing? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. That's all for me, and I'll see you again soon with more Pokemon content.